Let's Talk About It podcast is sponsored by Goosehead Insurance, servicing clients all across New Jersey. Guys, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm your favorite host, Jimmy Mortgage. I help with all your residential mortgage. Two good friends, missing a third because he's doing family obligations, but they own what's called Hammer and Nails, located in Bergen County, New Jersey, Ridgewood, New Jersey specifically. Again, your favorite lender, and I'm going to be talking about this exclusive business that us men need to have. And yeah, let's take it from there. That's how we do it. We just go right into it. No warm up, nothing.
Actually, Stevens would be the better representative, but I'm Lee Valentin. I'm one of the owners, third.
1-3, right?
One third of Hammer and Nails. We're a grooming shop for guys. We're located in Ridgewood, and we want to take the stigma away from guys getting manicures, pedicures. We also do face treatments for guys, barbering services as well.
Okay.
So in a man cave environment where you have, you feel good about yourself. That's really what we want to do. We want to have luxury services to help you feel good about yourself, because men need to take care of themselves just as women do.
Okay, so Steve, is he saying it using the right words?
Yeah. I mean, I like to describe it as self-care for all, right? So kind of democratizing self-care so that it's not just the thing that women do. You know, guys deserve,
right,
and they should participate in self-care as well.
Right.
So we're basically changing that stigma and bringing self-care to the masses.
So as soon as you walk in, man, there's gonna be some sensitive words here, but don't use it against us because it is what it is. It's a beauty echelon for men. So the lotion, man, talk about that.
Oh, the lotion.
Pause, but they know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
He's a lotion man, so he ongoingly he's like, yo, I'm gonna spray this, you're gonna spray this, like rub this, and he's like, yo, you smell it, and so that caught my attention. I was like, yo, Steve, you're all right? He's like, no, but this is what we do. This is what the experience about, right? From the ambiance of the elegance of the smell and the patterns of what the lotion does. So speak on that a little bit, man.
So in the shop, everything is an aesthetic. Down to the scents. When you open the door to the shop the very first time,
right,
you're gonna feel and smell like you're in a man's, you could call it a man's beauty shop.
Okay.
Right? So the lotion, very, very funny, is that there's a particular scent that we use in the shop. It's what?
Tobacco
vanilla. It's the same, right?
Tobacco vanilla.
At the front desk, there's a bottle of tobacco vanilla sample lotion that we let people kind of pump when they walk in. And I kind of built this whole thing around when people walk into the shop, I would give them a pump and we would do a tour and they would kind of rub their hands and they're smelling it and they're walking through the shop. And in the beginning, it was kind of a gimmick, right? It was like, oh, this smells good.
You know what? I'm sorry to cut you off, but that makes sense. That's why I haven't been selling as many memberships.
You're not using the lotion.
You gotta use the lotion,
I gotta use the lotion. I'm gonna add that to my
to your tours.
I've just been strangling them at the beginning, like you better join us. But no, I'm gonna use the.
I'm more sensitive, right? I go for the lotion, right?
Yeah.
So
Clearly,
so the lotion works, right? In the sense that when people walk in, I hit them with the lotion. We go through the tour,
right?
And now they have a sense of what the shop smells like, right? Even from the beginning of the tour, all the way when they get back to their car,
right?
They're driving home, and that smell is still permeating in their hand, and they're like, "Damn, I really want to go back. I want to experience the shop.
Yeah,
right.
I want to see what else they have to offer, right?" So the lotion is a small piece of our aesthetic that welcomes you to the shop and stays with you even after you exit.
To be fair, I was a little nervous too, right? Some guy walking up to you and take some of this and just rub it. I was like, well, I was a little back. And
squirting some white stuff in there. Another grown man squirting white stuff.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, Steve, yeah, he's like, no, Jim, no, trust me, it works. I'm like, you're going to, you know what? Stop talking. Just give me some of that lotion. Let me try it. And then next thing you know, I applied it. I'm like, oh, okay, this feels really good. The smell, the aura, everything about it. It almost felt like once as I was applying the lotion on my skin, I felt like I was an aura of, I made it. Like the confidence,
manliness too.
Yeah,
but made it manly, right?
Yeah, I'm comfortable in my skin. I want to do this. I want to get the facials. I want to get my feet done. It put me in that position from strike. Like this is what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
So I felt compelled and got comfortable with the whole lotion thing. And as we started talking more and more about it, I accepted the fact that every time I speak to you and I come into the shop, I'm gonna get some lotion.
Yes,
yeah, of course. And you're gonna smell good leaving.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So that's again, it does like you said, it defines what the shop is all about as soon as you walk in, because, you know, us men, you know, some of us, right? We don't get recognized for some of the things that we do because we're always like, you know, it's okay, pass on, let's leave it alone. I don't care about myself. It's about my kids, about my wife, It's about my partner. It's not self-care all the time for us men. Men do it, but not a majority of men that I know do not do this.
Correct.
And so what you guys are providing is another layer of, yeah, it's about me this time, right? And like going back to what Lee was saying, the man cave, right? You walk in, you get that experience, you get that dark aesthetic part, and then you walk in, there's light, and then I'll let you take it away. What does that look like once you start from the haircut spot, and then you go on and on and on to the assembly line of self-care? I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, so when you walk in, obviously you get the scent, tobacco. We have candles that we use with lights that kind of let off a gentle scent throughout the environment. And like you said, the aesthetic is manly, right? So if you are a man that does get your nails done, you're normally going into, you know, a salon or something where there's nothing but women and you feel kind of uncomfortable. Even if you're secure in your manhood, you feel uncomfortable. But when you walk in, you're greeted by our concierge, our staff, with a warm welcome. You get to check in, you get a drink. We provide unlimited beverages, coffee, tea, water. We have, unfortunately, we can't serve alcohol. We have non-alcoholic beverages, mocktails while you wait, and everything is scheduled, so you're not waiting very long. But while you are waiting for your service, you get to have a drink, and also you can watch TV, whatever it is that you want. Now, when you walk into the cut and shave area, you have your own TV at your station.
Own TV.
Your own TV to watch whatever it is that you want. And you can banter back and forth with the artist. We call our barbers and nail techs artists.
Yeah. Artists. Okay. I like
everything's
that.
Elevated, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a very luxurious experience. We have sinks at the station that you can wash. I feel like this is a commercial more than we're talking about.
Yeah,
but this is, so we're one of the few or barbershops at all that have the sinks at every station. So you don't have to get up and go somewhere else to get your hair washed. That comes with every cut. Okay. So that's kind of the aesthetic. And then once you're finished with that service, the artist will walk you out back to the front near the concierge in our area where, you know, we have beautiful leather chairs, and you can sit down and relax while the next artist in the hand and foot room will come to get you and take you back to the private area, which we call the hand and foot area. And in that area, you have a beautiful, as you know, beautiful, luxurious, comforting chair that you sit in while you get your manicure and pedicure done. You have your own TV, again, where you can watch whatever it is that you want, no noise canceling headphones, or again, you can have time to speak to the artist. But a lot of times guys are just sitting there relaxing, man, and a lot of them fall asleep. You know, and it's
best sleep. They come on, they're like, best sleep I've had all week. Best sleep I've had all month.
Yeah, the stress goes away. And, you know, even if you're not, like a lot of dudes are saying, like, I'm not really into getting my manicure or pedicure, that's not manly. It doesn't matter, because once you experience that, you kind of like, okay, I get it, because it's about the experience. But think about it, man. Just for the fellas, right? If you're not a blue collar guy, if you're typing away, you know what I'm saying? Like, men do type, you know what I mean?
or chat GPT.
Or think about it in terms of real estate. Like, the aesthetic is you have on your suit, you're looking nice and groomed. Imagine if you come in there and your nails are bummy or your nails are dirty.
I'm not gonna take you serious.
You look but it's not complete.
Right.
You want an elevated look. You know what I mean? So you going in there and your impression.
Yes, 100%.
First impression is everything.
Yeah, first impression is everything.
And if your hands are not right, you know, how am I going to be able to take you seriously with my business if you're not taking care of yourself?
Which makes sense. And going back to what you were saying, like, first impression means that much, right? Correct. If you're selling me a house, especially the areas that we live, right? You know, you're talking about northern New Jersey, right? Paramus, Ridgewood, you know, all those northern parts of New Jersey. You coming in, everything starts with, in most cases now, because of home affordability is a challenge, but anything starts with 1 point something, right? And if someone is trying to get into a home and there's certain things you don't have, I don't feel comfortable spending that type of money with you, right?
Yeah, so you become unserious.
Exactly. And, you know, people say don't judge a book by its cover. No, you absolutely judge a book by its cover, right? Because I mean, this is why we put things in front of other people to see what makes sense. If that works for you, that cover, I'm going to get the book. Right. The same thing would be when I come into my luxury grooming spot. You're building a camaraderie with your artist.
Yes.
Yourself, and bringing friends and others.
Our front
that
desk
could
staff,
be,
right?
You could bring others around, and it could almost, like you said, it's a cave, man, for men to enjoy. The man cave for men to enjoy that experience. But you're selling yourself short, man. Them couches is really. You ever go to movie theaters, right?
Better.
Way better. It's like
you're better than that.
This is elk skin,
right? Yeah, it's hugging you,
and it's not just that. It's people walk into the shop.
Right.
And the front desk, they know that you like your coffee with 3 sugars black.
Right.
Or you like the second mocktail on the menu and they know your name, right? You know that the cheers when you go away when somebody knows your name.
Right.
We give that experience, right? They come in and they feel like this is home immediately, right?
It's supposed to be. I would hope so, because of, again, this is not just an average beauty salon, grooming, whatever. Excuse me, I want to be grooming shop. I want to be careful, right? This is not an average grooming shop. This is what you walk in, luxury. You're getting that experience. You're tapping into a moment of silence for you to self-care.
Yeah, and if you look good, you feel good, right? That's the old adage. And part of looking good is, your hands are done. You handing over that $1.2 million check. You get when you sell that house. You're receiving that 6%. You're taking that check with your beautiful manicure. You know what I'm saying? Or you signing them documents and. But it's look good, feel good, and that's what we want to provide.
Absolutely. If you're gonna drive nice cars, you're gonna, well, not everybody in luxury is doing that today, right? Because unforeseen downturns with the market. Some people broke, but you still gotta look the part, right?
Right. Absolutely.
You can still look good and still come out of a Honda Civic, right? You got to feel good about what you're doing, right?
Yep,
so
absolutely.
I'm all for that, right? Because at the end of the day, I'd rather self-care myself than buy something that I can't afford
that depreciates,
and you're looking at yourself like, what did I do? No. This is what it's about. Self-care, taking care of yourself in a luxury way. So when you when you're in front of clients, they know who you are and what you represent.
Right. I also want to clarify, it's not, while we're providing luxury and we're providing self-care, it's for all, right? It's not, we're not providing
I don't want to put you in that box.
We're not providing it in a situation where it's unattainable, unaffordable for certain people.
Right.
Our prices, the structure of the shop, the memberships is designed for the everyday man, right? Like everyone can come to the shop and feel like they're a millionaire when they walk in, and when they walk out, they're gonna feel and walk out with a smile on their face.
That's right.
Great segue. Right. What does that subscription model look like?
So there's 3 tiers.
Right.
Our classic tier is our most popular tier in the shop.
Okay.
That gets you 2 of our classic services, any 2. Mm-hmm. That could be 2 haircuts, a manicure, a pedicure, a facial. Literally, there's an entire classic menu, any 2 of those items for $96 a month.
Okay.
Right. The next tier is our VIP tier. That's $199 a month. It gets you any 3 of our premium tier items.
Okay.
That tier also includes a free add-on. Our add-ons are either we do waxing in the shop, which is surprising some guys, right?
What kind of waxing?
Eyebrow waxing,
okay,
ear waxing, and nose waxing.
Okay,
right. So we do waxing in the shop. Waxing is an add-on, it's free once a month.
Yeah, we keep it up top because there's been a few dudes is like, yo, you do backs? Son, let me get my back wax. Let me get my back wax.
That's why I said, what type of waxing?
I got hairy elbows.
With this thing, like, I watched 40-year version. Steve, come on, go crazy. And I'm like, yo, you ain't telling me you had that much hair on here.
No, we get asked. We get asked
a lot.
Right?
It can't hurt, right? That's why I was asking, what type of waxing you doing, man? You gotta be careful.
So the waxing is an option. We do color, so camo. So right, if you're, like the 3 of us, we have the gray in our beard, right? I like my gray. So, I'm not one to dye it black, but there are gentlemen who like their beard a little bit more darker. Okay. Right. So we do beard camo and hair camo as well. Okay. Right. Our 3rd tier, called the boss tier. That one's our luxe tier. Okay. $649 unlimited for the month. For the month. Okay. Right. So you literally can come in and you can every single day,
bring a friend with you,
and use all the services in the shop.
I mean, look, Hey, I mean, so you're not doing no landscape, nothing.
Nah, no manscaping. No manscaping.
We
no
got an
manscaping.
outside area where we lay you down on the ground and we just we lawn mow your back.
That is not part of the package, but if you want, that's an
You
a la
gotta
carte
pay a
part,
little
right?
extra for that.
Yeah, in the back. You have to pay a little extra in the back.
Let's Talk About It podcast is sponsored by Molson Law LLC, servicing clients all across New Jersey. So how did you guys meet, man? Because this, fortunate enough, you guys are growing this, and others will mirror what's going on. And keep in mind, this is a franchisee, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
How did you guys meet, and what made you decide to let's go with hammer and nails?
You want to tell that story, Luke?
No, you tell it. You tell it. I think you tell it way better.
You think I tell it better?
Yeah,
So
let's do it.
We had this idea back in 2016, by the way.
2016, okay.
Yeah, we had the idea back in 2016. I think I might have been in London at the time, and I showed him the other day, like the actual
the paper
that I was
notes.
actually. So I was in London, and I was like, "Yo, I want to go to a barbershop that's got this, and I'm gonna call it the gentleman's quarters or something like that." I made up some British shit, and then I was just like, I'm sorry, is it okay?
No, you go ahead.
Curse?
All right. We good.
So I wrote all of these things down that I wanted, and Stevens had the same idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my idea came from the fact that me and my wife were going on vacation, and she was like, "You're gonna get a pedicure." So I went with her to get a pedicure, and I felt so uncomfortable sitting in that room, like there were eyes just burning holes through me. Right. The women in the shop, they did not want me there. Either I was taking the space that was their space, or just for them, I guess it felt like I was in their space, right? Mm-hmm. And usually that particular place we went to, not a lot of guys go there. So I was in an area I shouldn't have been in there.
Okay.
Right. So I walked out that place. My wife's like, "How'd you feel?" I was like, "I felt okay, but I didn't feel comfortable." Right. And I said, I really wish there was a place that guys could go and get manicures and pedicures, but feel comfortable.
Right.
And she said, maybe you should do it yourself. Maybe you should make one. Right. And I was like, maybe I should. Yeah. Right. Maybe I should make one.
Right.
And then life happens. Right. Life happened. Kids happen. Moving, houses, dogs, and I never actually did anything about it. Right. I never actually made my own.
You never followed up on it.
Correct.
You just spoke about it at the time.
Yeah, it was an idea. It got tucked in the back of my head, right? Tucked in the back of my head. I'm sure Lee's idea, we had lunch over it, right? We took the napkin, wrote down all the aspects of his idea.
But we had known each other already for like 10 years because we worked together at a managed service provider. We're all in IT, all three of us. Right. And actually, Stevens interviewed me for when I first got the job, and he bought me lunch. I was like, yeah, I could do this shit.
Yeah.
I could do this IT shit. But no, so we hit it off right away, and then Michael had already been working there. And
I interviewed him too, actually. I interviewed Michael as well.
Wow, okay.
And we just hit it off.
I didn't like Mike when I first.
You didn't like Mike.
Nobody likes Mike when they first meet him, but
he has a subtle ambiance.
He grew on. I think he grew on everybody eventually.
Okay.
Right? No, you have to know him, and he has to trust you. Obviously, he's got his guard up, but he's a wonderful dude, and obviously because we're business partners and best friends, more like brothers.
Right.
And we just hit it off, and years later, the idea came up. Stevens was just reading a magazine.
Ronnie gave me that magazine.
Really?
Yeah, I was leaving work on my way out, and Ronnie was a coworker of ours. He was like, "Hey, here's a magazine." It was a franchise magazine, a bunch of different franchises.
Right.
In the back was a tiny little ad for hammers and nails. At that point, the brand was like just starting off. Mm-hmm. Gave me the ad. I read it on the train, saw the ad. I was like, this looks suspiciously like our idea. Right. Went home, started looking it up. Googling, started texting these guys.
He's I don't even know what to call it, but he's resourceful is what it is. Bro's going to do the work.
I did my due diligence.
Yeah, he's going to do the work. Yeah.
Right.
That's why I trust him. That's why I trust him.
Right.
I think I spent that whole night before I talked to him the next day. I'm like,
yo,
I had all the answers. I went to their site.
Everything.
I went to their site, looked everything up, looked up like what they were doing.
Right.
And I came to them the next day. I'm like, hey guys, like somebody took our idea, but they didn't just take our idea. They took our idea, they executed it, and they did it so well. Right. It's everything that we imagined it could be.
Right.
And more. And they were geeked out, right, when they saw it too. And we kind of decided we were gonna see what it's like.
Bro,
so
we booked flights to LA.
Yeah.
We was like, yo, let's go see this shit. And at first I was like, are we gonna rob this dude? No.
Bring a ski mask.
We were so excited. He's going to the west.
No, but the gentleman who started it, they were on Shark Tank. Michael Elliott,
right.
also wrote the movie. What is it that he wrote?
Love and Basketball.
Yeah. Great dude, great brother as well. We flew out to LA, saw the spot, beautiful. Was it on Sunset?
I forget where it was.
It was right on one of the main
everything
roads.
California Sunset.
But they had us go there first before they met with us.
Yeah.
Right? Go there, get services.
Yeah.
We got manicure, pedicures.
Okay.
Then they talked to us.
It was beautiful.
So your feet was out.
Yeah. Feet was out. Hands was out.
Okay.
Headphones was on.
Okay.
But at that point, we all looked at each other and we were like,
this is it.
Like, we're sold.
Okay.
Right? Went back to their office and we were like,
sign us up.
Sign us up. And Michael is like, I tell people all the time, guy's a great dude. He could probably sell water to a whale, right? He's a very charismatic guy. And we came back.
Thank you, Michael Elliott.
Yeah,
I know you're gonna be watching this.
Make sure.
So we came back with a mission to raise the money,
raise capital
to buy the franchise, to buy our first license. Probably like 6 months later, we had our license, business structure, pooled our money, started built the whole thing together, and we went on this path of trying to open our first Hammers and Nails in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Down by Barclays.
Let me say this, and I don't know who's going to be watching this, but let me say this. When you have an idea and it's something that you feel really passionate about and you don't know where you're going to get the money from, or you don't add obstacles in the way of anything that you're doing. If you want to do that shit, just go do it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about where the money's going to come from. Don't worry about how it's going to work. That's not your job. Your job is to start doing.
Right.
That's with everything.
And that's what we did. We were like, all right, we don't got all the capital, but we know we need an LLC.
Mm-hmm.
We can afford that. Get that done.
Right.
So we basically chopped the whole thing into pieces and took down every single piece one by one until we got to the point where we had everything structured together. And we were probably, 80% close to opening the shop in Brooklyn.
Right.
But if you know Brooklyn, and you know Brooklyn,
the cost,
right? The rents.
We know Brooklyn.
Yeah, the rents in Brooklyn are
up and down, full.
Yeah. Seeing spaces
everywhere. Yeah.
Getting told no, getting told yes, but with contingency on costs.
Right.
Eventually, the pricing we got priced out.
Right.
Put it simply, we got priced out of Brooklyn. I think at that point, I moved to Long Island at that point.
Yeah.
And Mike moved to Long Island at that point too. You were still in Jersey.
Yeah.
And we put it on pause. Right. We basically put it on pause and life happened.
COVID happened.
Yes. Then COVID happened.
Yeah.
COVID happened. And we talked about this a lot on how we were somewhat lucky because opening in that climate in a pre-COVID world, it would have been a challenge.
Right. Because
and we probably would have failed very, very quickly.
Right.
Because it would have been on the heels of COVID starting.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So we were like, all right, maybe we dodged a bullet. Right. We dodged a bullet. Everybody went separate corners. I eventually moved to Mike moved to Jersey first.
Yeah, he did.
Right. And then I moved to Jersey after.
Right.
So we would follow each other.
Lee followed.
No, Lee was always in Jersey.
I was in Jersey.
My bad.
Yeah, I moved to Jersey. Yeah. So what I was like, we got this money in the streets. Let's try to figure this thing out.
Right.
And now that COVID is over, coming out of COVID, it's a good time to start.
But I went to get a haircut. After I moved to Jersey, and I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I paid $70 for a haircut. And I'm from Brooklyn where I was paying $25.
$25, yeah.
Right, for a cut.
We went to we all talk about that. The shop we went to before.
So I come back and I text a group chat. I'm like, hey, fellas, there's money in these streets.
Yeah.
Right? I just paid $70 for a haircut.
$70.
And I'm bald. Right? I'm bald. I paid $70 for a haircut.
Got special clippers, man.
Yeah, I'm like, it was nothing special. And there was a guy walking into this is what did it for me. I'm getting my haircut. A guy open the door, walks into the shop, and he's like, can I get a cut? And there are barbers who are empty. And they said no. And they said no. Everybody has appointments waiting, basically. Because they're appointment based at this point. Right. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna sit down and wait. You're gonna wait 3 hours if you gotta get a cut.
Right.
The barber will fit you in somewhere, right? And I'm like, yo, there's people walking in and they saying no. Like that guy needs a cut. He's gonna go somewhere. So he was willing to pay $70 and they lost out on it. But he's gonna go spend $70 somewhere else.
Right.
Right. So I'm there's money out here.
Right. He's leaving money on the table.
Correct. They're turning people away because unless you got an appointment, they're not seeing you. They're not fitting you in.
It's crazy.
So I'm like, guys, there's money. Like, we should open a shop. Right. And then Lee came back and was like, we got that hammers and nails situation out here already. Maybe we should revisit it.
Right. This is going back to what Lee was saying earlier. If you have an idea, run with it, man, because you're going to get the help. As long as you speak the truth of it, you put it out there, you affirm that idea, you're going to get the help and rock with it, man. Because again, that happened. You hold on to this thing right here, hammer and nails. You're like, oh, Lee's like, yo, dog, this is what I'm talking about, man. We should have, like, let's pull the trigger. Let's go.
And even that was a challenge for us because we were looking for spaces. We got approved. We got approved for space.
Okay.
We ran through 2 commercial agents because we was like, what's going on, bro? You're not hooking us up. You're not finding. And I think the first agent, no disrespect to him, respectfully, he was just like, you guys should just take this and just do this. I presented you with this thing. Just take this thing. And it was like, nah, we want.
You gotta make sense.
We
want a lot of money right now, right?
Yeah.
You're pulling money from all over. You're doing different things with investment.
Supposed to be.
He didn't have enough value.
Well, I think it's that, but as a tenant agent, we felt that he was more on the side of the landlords, right?
Well, he was recommending landlords that he knew specifically.
That part.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep it ethical here. I don't know people like that, but I'm just saying. Wow, that's messed up. I'm so happy.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Remember
I'm
that
so
part, right?
happy you went through some of these obstacles because again, they're taking money from your pockets.
Correct.
And they're empowering their pockets. Meanwhile, you're like, yo, I got a service to provide. You do know if I do this very well, I can open up another one. We could be business partners, right?
Absolutely.
You're not even thinking
people
like that. You're just
mad short-sighted.
Yeah. Short-sighted. Again, I don't know people like that, but I'm happy you sharing those stories, man. It's very important when you grow in the business. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that happened, and we got into a space actually that we really liked in Park Ridge, but the unfortunately the landlord was dragging their feet with everything, and we kind of pulled out of that deal. And luckily, the Ridgewood space came through, and once we met the management team for that space, they showed us a whole lot of love. They were on board. Anything you need. Shout out to Brian.
They wanted
Sullivan.
a partner. They wanted a partner.
That's important. They wanted a partner.
They didn't just want a tenant. Right? They wanted a partner.
Yeah. They was like, we think this will thrive here, and they was like, whatever it is you need, and they were always on time and always on point. And even to this day, they've been excellent. I mean, we pay on time.
We pay,
you know what I'm saying?
We pay rent and we pay on time. So,
but the most important part, right? You take care of that most important part, right? You pay rent on time. But that's the success of what you guys are doing. And think about it, right? Well, I don't want you to think about it. Right now, you guys are marginal with your returns because you're still new.
Yes.
And this is why I invited you guys on this platform, right? You're still new, man. There's money, like you said, there's money out here.
There's a lot of money.
Marginal is an overstatement.
Well, I'm being diplomatic. That's why he laughed. He's like, yo, did he just say marginal? Like, Jimmy, you know what marginal means? I know what it means. And hey, I'm not there yet, right? But so to that point, right? This is why you guys on Let's Talk About It, right? I want to encourage that relationship to let others know within my universe, whatever I can do to let the world know, especially men, we have a grooming spot where you can go and get self-care, where you can feel like you're going in one way, you coming out another way, right? Like you want that love, you want that, you just want it. And I will do whatever I can, powers that be, to put you out there, because I feel like a lot of us in the community, we just talk about it. Yeah, my man got this, my man got that, but you're not sharing it. Like, we only grow if we support each other. I mean, other religions, other groups, they do this and they become successful, and we look at them like, nah, we ain't messing with this. But within our own selves, we're not sharing that. What's the holdup? It's very simple. Tap in, call my peoples, let's make it work, share it. Share the love, because I promise you it will turn around with gratitude. Like that's what we're all about. When we're building a business, is at that point you got to have it, right?
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Leaf, I'm reading his book. He helps me understand where one has complexity within themselves, don't beat that person up because you don't know what happened in their lives.
Right, absolutely.
You have to come from a place of you mean to empower them, give them everything you have to what you're at. Let's keep it, keep it safe.
To your capabilities.
To your capabilities and take it from there. So again, I'm learning too, right? A grown ass man like me right now, I'm still learning. But to your point, right? This is what I wanted you guys to come on. Let's talk about it and show the world what it's all about when it comes to hammer nails. Speaking of hammer nails, all of you guys are homeowners too, right?
Yep.
Lee,
Mike,
that's a good thing. It's a good thing, and you, Steven. So that's another thing too, right? It's very percentage wise, most people going into business do not own homes, right? Because the layers of the liabilities around it, right?
Yeah.
You can't get this. You may not be able to get this mortgage because you're running this business. I'm here to tell you, you can do it. It is possible, right? Although it may not look good to when you're applying for traditional mortgages, there are non-QM products that are available for you because it allows you to get the mortgage. Yes, you put a little bit more money down, but you get the house. And sometimes when you have an asset, you're taking care of your family, and now you're growing your business, as equity grows into your house, you can tap into that sometimes to help with your business in case of emergency. Don't treat it like a bank. Don't do that. What we're saying is that if there's an opportunity where hammer and nails can expand and grow another spot after we help them blow up this time, they can, level up a little bit and tap into that little equity to go ahead and build that business, right? You can do that because when opportunity presents itself, like you got to strike.
You need to expose all options.
You have to expose all options, right?
That's a good point because I think we learned a lot financially
during that process.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right? Yeah,
right. Because there was we didn't call it ROBS as a financial vehicle,
which we would have never heard of.
Yeah.
We would never heard of ROBS or that option.
Yeah.
To tap into your 401k
to take money out. Right. Like there's a little known option out
and that's
there.
An asset to technically, right? Because you're pouring money into it, right?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct. Right. So that option was presented to us. It's a tax-free option.
Right.
So you're allowed to, if you're starting a business, you're allowed to tap into your 401k and take some money out and use that money to start a business tax-free.
You got to say that again in front of the camera because a lot of entrepreneurs do not know that. Getting a regular salary, W-2, Steve.
Yeah, so there's an option called the ROBS, capital R, capital O, capital B, capital S. Certain banks or financial institutions, they provide this option where if you have money in your 401k, which hopefully you do, you can tap into some of that money, take it out tax-free, and essentially they set you up with a corporation with that money and use that money strictly to start a business.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a lifesaver for us.
I'm not gonna use the word marginal anymore. My man gonna come for me. He'll go to the segment of her talk. He gonna be like, "Yo, tell me why this brother right here thinking we got money." Pause.
All the Jack boys don't come from me because I ain't got it.
No, man. But to that point, right? We laugh because that's all you can do when you go into business. But again, the opportunity is there. You got to make sure what Lee was talking about. If you believe in something, tap into it, manifest as much as you can, speak out loud, right? Because you never know who can help and who can be JV in the situation to help empower your growth, right? So
yeah, absolutely. Also too, man, is that little do we know the impact that we have on the people around us. Like my son, he's 19, Lee Jr., he sees me trying to do these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that helps him, like, if my pops could do it, I could do it too.
Right.
And not even that. It's just like other people who look like us are like, oh, yeah. Or even friends, they're like, oh, my man is doing this.
Right.
I could do this too. Or now they have, because a lot of times we grow up and we don't see doctors or we don't see business owners, we might. So now, we're exposed to these things and we have that opportunity to be a resource for people, you know, who normally don't have access to that. And even just having the business has exposed us to things like the Robs, or which now we can pass that on to somebody else. We can be like, well, you have this option. Or, you know, we're meeting other business people and, you know, again, who look like us, who we probably wouldn't be able to meet or have exposure to. And now we have those connections. So we can expand our network. You know what I'm saying? So all of it matters. Even if the business is, like you said, marginal, or we don't make, at the very least, I can get a free haircut.
I get my nails done.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's more so what we can do for the people around us.
Right. And the location is key, right? You guys are located in Ridgewood, New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Off of 17. So it is convenient. So even if you have to go across the GW, you know,
yeah,
it's not New York.
It's not impossible. Right? We get New Yorkers who come visit us all the time.
Right.
Get people who are upstate New York who come down 17.
Right.
From what's the area called?
Like Rockland County.
Rockland County. Right. They come down because 17 is literally 17 North is right there.
Right.
So they come down. They come to the shop. People from all over, honestly, right? Because the shops are right now today. There's Connecticut. There's us. There's the other shop, you know, in Whippany, Atlantic City. So there's, you know, we're the closest for people coming across the bridge, right, in our area. So that's why Ridgewood was kind of key for us.
But come to
strategic.
Ridgewood.
But come to Ridgewood.
But definitely come to Ridgewood.
Yeah,
definitely come to Ridgewood.
Yeah, we love Ridgewood even before, like that was on the list.
That was the very first place we wanted to open. Yeah. And we kind of went a full circle, right? We saw Ridgewood. We all considered it to be the ideal spot to open.
Right. Kind
of went around the map of other towns in northern New Jersey, and luckily ended right back where we started at Ridgewood.
Again, this is a unique experience.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can be in certain areas.
Say it, Jimmy. Say it. Say it, Jimmy. The demo is right.
I'm using keywords. Yo, boy, probably being shadow banned in the world that I live in, right? Say it, Jimmy. I'm being comfortable in my space, but to your point, right? Yes, it's area is important. The demographics is important. It's important. So it's important. It's kind of cool where, you know, where the radius is, you have, you know, New York right there.
Yep.
You have the city right there, and then you have northern New Jersey, right? So you guys encompass a lot. So Steve and I have a different relationship, right? So thanks to Yadeline, this happened. So Yadeline, family member Patricia, went to the same high school, Midwood High School, and we went to the same barbershop growing up.
Yeah,
that's so wild.
Yeah, so wild.
And I know his sister. We didn't realize this until we were at the shop.
I was
he was talking about his sister. And he's like, "Do you know Patricia?" Because she went to Midwood when you were there. I'm like, "Of course I know Patricia."
Right.
That's fine.
It's crazy, fine, right? And we're talking, and next thing you know, we're like, wow, you know, family member of mine. All right, let's keep it moving. He's like, yeah, I used to cut my hair first impression. He's like, wait, what? I did the same thing too. I did first impression. So, and I went to go see the owner at First Impression over the weekend. And I told him what you were doing. He was like, I remember that guy at IT, but a smart boy. Smart boy. I was thinking, smart boy. Yeah. I remember that face. I was like, yeah, Steve. Yeah. We were talking, and then actually
shout out to Andy. Andy. And David was the First Impression.
David was there too. David was like, because I showed Andy the picture of him and I, and he was like, that boy David right here cut his hair. And then I went over to David, and David, wow, he's still cutting the man's hair. He's still doing his thing, performing his arts. And I'm like, yo, tell him I said, what's up? And I'm like, yeah. I said, look, Stevens is doing big things right now. He's building the shop. He took what you have here. He added another echelon to it with experience. You'll be proud of him. And I talk, that's one thing too. When you're building a business, when the doors are closed, you want that person representing you all the time. Because a lot of times we say, I talked about my man, but they don't really talk about it. You want to encourage. Anywhere I'm at, I'm with my friends group. You know, we have all these groups. I was like, yo, check out Hammer and Carol. Father's Day. Check out Hammer. Please check them out. And specifically because they're franchises, go to that store. Go to that beauty salon and get what needed, right? Yeah. So going back to Brooklyn.
I mean, every time I think about mortgages now, I think about you.
Yeah, Jimmy, I hope so. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how it runs. And so to your point, to what I was speaking to about Andy, I go to him and I talk to Dave and I tell everybody, yo, Stevens is doing big things. And he's like, wow. And fast forward to the barbershop. Like everything happens from the barbershop.
Yeah.
Either your emotions, your financials, and human being. Like it starts from the barbershop. So I feel like
some of the best conversations happen
at
the
the barbershop. So going back to
Ice Cube, you learn to be a man in the barbershop. Right? You know how to operate, how to talk to girls, everything happens in the barbershop.
Yeah, for us men, I'm telling you, man, it's the truth, man. It's full circle, going back to the neighborhood, like seeing Flatbush, to seeing Ridgewood, and sometimes you have to pinch yourself, fellas, like what's going on.
Yeah,
from where you're coming from, watching your man do, that's my dad. Like, he's gonna do this, and then my dad has to do that. And then keep in mind, you guys have other lives outside of hammering.
100%.
Yeah.
And because it's what's going on right now. Until things get better, this is how you have to fulfill your currency, right? So
absolutely.
It definitely, man, it's kind of cool. Let's Talk About It podcast is sponsored by Real Estate Title, servicing clients all across the state of New Jersey. Let's go back to the IT world. Now let's get this sentimental thing over with. Like we're not gonna kumbaya and shit. Looking at me like
Jimmy being real soft and mushy right now.
Word, man. So talk about the segments you do, man. Let the world know some of the things you got going on in your universe when it comes to segments and podcasting and all that good stuff. I'm a comedian also, and I do the social media thing because that's what you have to do as a comedian to build a fan base. So I have a couple of characters that I do online. I'm a big Jets fan too, so I do like a Hoodie Johnson. Nah, don't, because it's my own fault. You know what I'm saying? It's my own pain. But yeah, I do a Hoodie Johnson character that's that the Jets fans love and stuff like that, which is a parody of the actual owner, Woody Johnson. He just happens to be from the hood. I do that. I also have a hood tech character that I do. So it's still, I'm in IT, and we're from New York, so we talk a certain way, and that's kind of the character that I play. A little bit is character, most of it is real. Can you share some of it? No.
Follow me, goddammit. No. So yeah, I do stand up. So I'm traveling around. I open for Kev Herrera. Shout out to my brother, and so we, we're on tour around the country and stuff like that. So I do stand up. I do stand up in New York. That's like another job that I do other than the IT and, helping to run Hammer and Nails, man. So I'm blessed, man. And like you said, passing out and doing so many things. It's what we got to do. It's what hustlers do. You have to do it. You can't I can't imagine just stopping living a regular life and just being at home. That's a terrible life. Imagine having to wake up and just exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's, I enjoy it. I also do a podcast weekly, Mugged Off podcast. It's with Kevin, myself, and Nick Alex, who are my brothers too. And we just working, man. We just working, trying to build the comedy thing up so that, it's fun making people laugh. It's especially fun today. making having dudes come in the Hammer and Nails and enjoy their experiences. So I'm all about
recognizing him.
Right? Or you recognized him to be a comedian. I remember that story you shared. Right? He was his little cocoon shelter area. He's open now because of Steven.
Mike too, right? We were back at the old job, right? Encouraging Lee to go out and be.
Was it like Office Space?
TBS
before? Was it like
it was like that.
I never watched that show, but
I watched that show.
Oh no, the movie.
Office Space.
Office Space, the movie.
It was a combination of Office Space and the Office, the TV show.
Office TV show. Okay.
Right. And one day I told myself
such a good time,
I was going to write a sitcom about that time.
I'm saying
it was about 20 years of our lives collectively, right? That. A lot of great memories, a lot of jokes, a lot of
good times.
A lot of people's lives changed, right? From being in that environment. Right. Lee's a good example, right? Like he was always funny, but funny within the group.
Right.
And we sort of like, yo, you should take this further, take this further, take this further.
Yeah,
right?
they encourage me. I don't even know why. It's the worst decision I've ever made doing stand-up comedy. Yeah, that shit is painful. Y'all are having fun. Meanwhile, I'm going, after the shows, I'm like, nobody cares about me anymore. Yeah, this shit is terrible. But I enjoy making people laugh, man.
Right.
That's why I do it. It makes me feel good to make other people feel good.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny when people walk into the shop, like the guy who came to the shop a couple months ago, and he came in the shop because he followed Lee, right?
Yeah, that was fire. Whoa. That was fire.
Yeah, he needed a haircut, and
he's a
Lee follower.
Okay,
right? And he was like, "I need a haircut. I'm gonna drive like an hour."
He drove
for an hour, and he was like, "I want to get this haircut that I needed for like 6 months. I'm gonna do it in the shop." And he came and we gave him a whole makeover.
Yeah, it was fire.
It was fire makeover. And he texted us back when he was done. He was like, "I went home. My wife and family are like on the floor. They can't believe how good I look."
Yeah,
but he came to the shop because he follows Lee and he wanted to experience hopefully seeing Lee in person. He's got some pictures. But also he was like, I want to support your business.
That's
right.
That's fine.
Yeah, that story you can't even like. Wow.
Yeah,
you giving me a little bit like okay.
That made me soft and pink on the inside. I ain't gonna lie.
He had to finish the last word. My man went further than the last word. Pause. I'm gonna just leave him alone right there. I'm not gonna repeat that word, but I'm gonna just leave it right there. But wow. I mean, but again, that's going to what you said earlier, right? How you have to be out there with social media content. You have to provide the good side, the bad side, every side, so people can feel comfortable knowing like, look, I'm gonna champion this part because I get to meet Lee and I get the haircut and the grooming, right? Like that right there, that's dope.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, man, because people get addicted to social media and that dopamine rush, and it can be deflating if you're really relying on it, and or you could just be doom scrolling and you're watching other people's lives who you think are way better than yours and stuff like that. So it's a slippery slope, man, and unfortunately I fall victim to it too, but it's part of what we have to do. A large part of our marketing budget is spent on ads targeting dudes who are doom scrolling sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So luckily for us, we get to take advantage of it. But as a creator, it's very, very difficult, man.
Yeah. But it's also shout out to our staff, right? Because our staff, they've done their fair share of social media ads and videos and stuff. If you look at our page, you'll see a lot of our content is self-created in the shop, right? So we have a lot of creatives who work in the shop. They do great content. They're always coming up or cooking up ideas on how to leverage either a sound or a TikTok trend or something and use it in the shop to help us gain followers or just get awareness out there for the shop. So
and
shout out to the staff.
Shout out to the girls on staff, man. And I hope maybe some of the stuff that I create helps to encourage them, or something like that, because it gives them more confidence to do it too. I'm imagining. I encourage it. I
me
tell
too.
them,
Me
do
too.
more.
Do more.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
It makes me laugh, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
We enjoy it. Yeah. And we hope other people will enjoy it too.
Oh man, it feels good when you're in an environment where you got brothers supporting each other, watching. It's because it's not easy to grow a business in the climate that we're in today, right? Because it takes trust, it takes currency, and it takes confidence. And now to have all those three things line up at the same time to go ahead and push yourself, it's not easy. So if you're looking to build a business and you have that urge, just, again, affirm it, let people know, and hopefully the same people you're talking to about it can help you build your business. Because without these brothers talking about it, understanding each other's whys, and now they're solving solutions, they wouldn't have been here. So this is a testament of what it looks like. Now, does it take, sometimes it takes longer than others. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, like what Lee was saying earlier, if you believe in it, speak the truth and it will happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Let's talk about it. If everyone's looking for the shop, your personal handles, whatever you desire, put it out there and let people know how they can tap into it. Lee, I'll start with you first.
Personal handles.
Personal handle, Lee Valentin. At Lee Valentin on Instagram, leevalentin.com on the web. It was a Hammer and Nails _ Ridgewood
right.
is the Instagram for the shop, and it's Hammer and Nails grooming.com/Ridgewood NJ.
Yeah. If you're looking for comedy, pay attention to his personal page.
Yeah.
He's putting work out there. We need laughter.
Certainly, and I need laughter.
Yeah.
My bank account needs laughter.
That's like, say it, Jimmy wasn't saying it. That's what I kept saying.
Laughter pays his bills. Laughter pays his bills.
Right. So Stevens, man, if one's looking for you, how can they tap into you?
I'm usually at the shop, or I'm always on the shop IG.
Right.
My personal IG is private.
Right.
But the shop IG is one that I am always literally on 20, 30 times a day, looking at, making connections, stalking barbers, stalking people, trying to get people in the shop.
Yo, I'm not on if you sending DMs to the shop page. I don't run the shop page. I don't have.
I do, but I
don't see the DMs. So if you want to get angry at me, don't DM the shop page. DM me directly. I'll ignore that shit, but DM me directly.
Yeah, but I run the shop page. I'm always making connections on the shop page. If you're looking for me, hit me up on the shop page.
Right. And then again, we're missing one member now because he had a personal
Michael.
with Michael.
Yep.
Again, he's here in spirit, of course. He would be silent too, but he would have one or two words, and then
No, he's funnier than
funny.
everybody.
Yeah,
that I
Michael's
know.
actually pretty funny.
He's the funniest, one of the funniest dudes, best storytellers.
Yes. I always tell Michael that I wish that he had gone to comedy as well, right?
Right.
Because we all agree he tells great stories.
Okay.
He's a great storyteller.
He's a great storyteller. Right.
Yeah, but he's shy.
Yeah.
Kind of soft. I want to say this. I know we out of time, but I do want to say this. Also, too, a lot of times people they don't want to go into business with friends or family and stuff like that. And you need a certain personality to be able to do that. Like, I trust Stevens with my life, and his personality and my personality blend well because I don't have an ego, and I allow him to be who he is. And like I said, he's very resourceful, and we all understand each other. So some of us are willing to step up, some of us are willing to take a back seat. So if you are hesitant to start a business with friends or family, you got to know who you are personally, and who the other people are that you're getting in the business with, and be comfortable with that.
Right.
And the ego's got to stay outside.
Ego's got to stay
outside, right?
Yeah. So if Stevens overrules me, I'm not going to take it personally because he might have more experience in a certain. So leave your egos at the door and know who you are as a person and what you bring and how that could blend well with with your partners.
My friend, look, they're giving you gems, man. This is what it's about, right? Speak the truth to growing your portfolios, whatever that may be. I'm your favorite residential lender. If you're looking for blending within the tri-state area, Jimmy Mortgage I can always help with that. Catch me on your favorite streaming platform, Jimmy Mortgage, your favorite lender. Again, I'm on Apple, Spotify, and you can find these guys at Hammer and Nails in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Fling their page, share it with friends and family. And again, I'm on your favorite streaming platform. Thank you all.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Hey, listeners, are you looking to improve your home comfort and save on your energy bills? Let's talk about Seal Power. They've been awarded Energy Star Sustained Excellence Award, seen on Good Morning America, the New York Times, and World News. Seal Power is dedicated to keeping your home cozy while saving you money. Check out their website for tips and incentives and more at CIELPOWER.com. Stay comfortable and save with Seal Power, where comfort meets efficiency. Follow them on Instagram for updates and more, and let's talk about it as well. Thank you.